How's it going, everybody? Goldhat here, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be entry 1 of my Empire of Sin walkthrough guide, and in this entry we are going to be focusing on the intro and the mission brick by brick. There will be 5 achievement/trophies I'm going to be covering in this entry, so let's go ahead and start a new game and jump right in. And I do want to point out real quick, if you have any questions or comments at any time, feel free to drop a comment down below, or you can hit me up personally on my Instagram. The link is in the description box. So as soon as you start a new game, you are going to be able to choose the boss that you want to run as. They will all have different boss abilities, empire bonuses, and diplomatic bonuses. If this is your first run through, I highly suggest just focusing on the boss ability you want to play as. The empire bonuses and the diplomatic bonuses really come in effect on the harder difficulties, so if you're playing your first run through and you just want to play on normal difficulty like I am, you just want to focus on the boss ability. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Daniel Jackson, and we are going to go ahead and get our dialogue and cutscene.
Good evening, Daniel.
Mayor Thompson, I'm surprised to see you at the Dunbar Club.
It's Bill to my friends.
Is it wise, Bill, for the mayor to be seen in an illegal gambling establishment?
I don't know, Daniel. This is Chicago. There's a chance it might win me the election by a landslide. I wanted to come by in person to say I was sorry to hear about your father.
Thank you. He did his best, supporting his family and community as long as he could.
You think he would have given free funeral services to every other family in the 2nd Ward?
Doesn't sound like any of your business either way.
Doesn't sound like business at all. Not one that lasts long, anyway.
It's a loan. How would it be if we weren't able to bury our father when the time came? People need this.
Like they need your hooch and whores and illegal policy rackets? Of course, I don't know any of that.
It's as savory as your business, Mr. Mayor. I think I'm the more honest of the two of us.
I'm going to be honest with you now. Jackson the businessman is smarter than Jackson the humanitarian. I'd like to speak to him, please.
Business is business.
I have some issues in my administration at the moment. There's an opportunist, Mr. Jerry Johnson, who doesn't share my vision for the city. He's threatening to go to the papers. I'd like you to stop him before he impacts my re-election campaign. Just scare him. Nothing too extreme.
How much can the city spare for this important work?
I thought you had the interests of the community at heart. Aren't I the community?
Why doesn't the community put its hand in its pocket and see how much it has to spare?
I'll give you...
You do think I'm a charity?
Bet it on the wheel. You might get lucky.
Have you given thought to endorsing me as a committeeman for the 2nd Ward?
Daniel the humanitarian, sure, but Daniel the businessman...
It's fine when Daniel the businessman needs to get his hands dirty.
Well, that is his business. Now is not the right time. With the election, we need discretion.
Fine. I'll take care of your opportunist. Hand over the cash.
You help me, I help you. That's the deal. Call me when it's done. You can trust me, Daniel. Now, is there a back door out of here?
Sure. Let me show you out.
So as soon as we spawn out onto the streets, we are going to get a choice here to do the tutorial or not. I am going to go ahead and do that because you can get an achievement/trophy from doing so. Through this tutorial, I am going to be covering a couple of achievements that we can get during it. So let's go ahead and start our tutorial.
Okay.
Chicago is a dangerous place, and in order to survive, you're gonna need to learn how to fight. Fortunately, I know right where you can find one. This joint belongs to Ronnie O'Neal. He calls himself the boss of the Meat Packers gang. His thugs aren't an empire of sin. Combat is turn-based. The cue of the action bar is below.
Our first achievement/trophy we are going to be covering is Bullseye. All we have to do is kill an enemy with one move, so just use your ultimate on an enemy and you will get Bullseye.
Extended moves, special weapons, and some abilities take 2 AP.
Move.
Using covers or half cover.
Shit, they got me.
There could be no other end.
When you win a racket, you have several options. Let's take this place over and make it ours. And let's make this a speakeasy. Taking a place over costs less than buying it outright, and it's free to keep the racket type the same. Now this racket's yours, and that's how it's done. You want something? Take it. You're gonna need some guards to keep your speakeasy safe, so open up the racket screen. You got 4 different ways you can class up. You can rush the upgrade by selecting the rush button. Go ahead and since you got a stage, get yourself a band. Upgrading, go ahead and rush the band too. I'm sure they're used to it. Select rush. That's what I'm talking about. Looks great. Now, let's get out of here. You got other work to do.
All right.
The gunfire attracted some of the local criminal talent, and they're looking for work. As your empire grows, you'll gain access to bigger and better hired guns, too.
I'm ready, baby.
Notice that your crew members, gangsters, you'll find gangsters. Now, hire your second crew member.
Gracias.
Understood.
Now you got yourself a squad. Just in time, too. Got it. Your new speakeasy isn't gonna last long without alcohol. It's the resource that makes your world go round. Just so happens Ronnie O'Neal's got a brewery close by. Let's take it over. Zoom out to the world map to see where it is.
Who's that?
Okay.
Who's this?
The meat packers were expecting
Move
you.
out.
Hopefully they've also...
Ashes to ashes.
Shit. Call it done. All right, let's go. Right.
I'm on it.
As you wish.
Shit. God. Oh.
You're gonna need more than a few guns
Okay.
to take out Ronnie and his guards. Luckily, the black market's got everything you need. Open the black market. Now that you're in the shop window, it's time to get yourself some provisions. Check the stats and effects of any item and leave the shop when you have what you need. Now,
All
take
right.
over Ronnie's brewery to let him know who's boss. You need to move into cover. The
Understood.
breweries are well guarded, and this is a tough fight.
As you wish.
Shit!
Moving in.
Next up in our achievement/trophies, we can get Let This Be a Lesson to You if we perform an execution on a laying down enemy. So you might kill somebody and he might just be laying there, not fully dead. If you choose to do your execution on him, you will get Let This Be a Warning for the achievement/trophy.
They got me.
Entendido.
Right. Come on, Doc!
There could be no other end.
Take this racket over too. Breweries are critical to your empire. Each brewery can supply alcohol to a small number of rackets. Select Takeover to make this one yours. It's free to set up a racket of the same type you took over. It'll cost you to re-
You've been taking my
There's something
rackets,
else.
Jackson,
Select
and I ain't too
brewery.
fucking happy about it. You should stick to working with stiffs. This is pointless. When you decide you want to talk face to face, you know where to find me.
Step outside the brewery.
As you wish. Okay.
Sit-downs with another boss is serious business. Ronnie's safe house.
Got it. Understood. Got it.
I heard you were half a saint, Daniel. Racketeering doesn't suit you. You got the wrong type of hat.
I'm well-mannered, yes, but not always well-behaved.
Well, you better start behaving. If you don't learn to play by the rules, you'll be seeing angels fucking soon.
I see death every day, Ronnie. If you want to scare me, you'll have to try harder.
Is that right? You might want to watch what you say. I ain't afraid of getting the floors dirty.
I'd rather you didn't. They're gonna be my floors soon.
You surprised me, Jackson. You got edge. So I'm gonna give you one more chance. Give me back my rackets, or you're gonna find out firsthand just how deep Lake Michigan goes. What's it gonna be?
You'll say I'm old-fashioned, but I'd much rather settle this the traditional way.
If it's fisticuffs you want, Daniel, then I'll tell you what. It's your funeral.
Doubtful.
This is a boss battle. Ronnie's in little sets.
Ashes to ashes. Okay.
They got me!
Right.
Of course. What the fuck?
Okay.
Call it Doc!
All right then. All right then.
Understood.
So once you kill everybody in here, Ronnie is still alive and you need to perform an execution on him. If you just move all your players over here, he will bleed out and he'll just ultimately die. But if you're close to him and nothing's happening, you're gonna have to perform an execution on him. As soon as you do, you will get the achievement/trophy whacked, and that is for killing Ronnie O'Neal.
Congratulations! Like everything else, your safe house needs security. It also, right now, you'll need to do the legwork, but eventually, you'll get an underboss to do your bidding, while you command things from here. This is your empire at a glance. Everything you need is here, and it goes pretty deep. You can see things like who runs the neighborhood, what people are drinking versus what you're serving, what others in the neighborhood are up to. You can see opportunity too. Optimize alcohol, get an underboss and an advisor, add some synergy bonuses, or even a hotel. Have a look around. When you're ready, select the Racket tab. The Racket tab shows every racket you know about, including those owned by others. You can see what level of upgrade they're at and compare your own. Now, select Customer. The Customer tab shows how well you do in filling your rackets with customers. You can increase customers by upgrading your word-of-mouth advertising, locating next to other rackets, or improving your ambience. Next, open the Finance screen. The Finance tab gives you an overview of everything you're making and spending. Last, select Alcohol. The Alcohol tab gives you an overview on what's being made and where. You can see your upgrades here as well, and how they can be improved. Looks like you just got a mission. Get a better look at what you need to do by opening the mission screen. Here, you can see a list of active missions, as well as each mission's requirements and descriptions. You can toggle completed missions by selecting the Close tab. Your active mission will also appear on the main screen. Close the mission screen. You need to get moving. Get a crew, get rackets, fortify them, make allies and enemies, and take them out. That's how you own this city. Go get him, Kingpin.
All right.
So, what now? Well, that's up to you, boss.
Now that we have gotten our safe house, this is where the tutorial is going to end, and we will get our achievement/trophy on my own.
Understood.
So the next thing I'm going to be covering in this entry is going to be our first mission, and that is going to be brick by brick. We are going to need to hold 5 rackets. We already have 3 because the safe house does count as 1. So we're going to go over here to some of the other owned properties and going to go ahead and make them our rackets. These are going to be free if we take them over in the same manner that they are. So we're going to go ahead over here to this brothel and take it over. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is the factions in your starting city. There should be 2 of them. You can either be friends with them or enemies, but we're going to go ahead and be enemies with them. They're going to be extremely weak, and we can just take over what they have, and we can grow out of this city. Once we do that, then we can work on friendships outerwards, but for innerwards, we do want to be focusing on just making enemies, taking over everything they have so we can grow.
All right. All right.
Hey, Kingpin, do you want more pointers about how combat works in...
May the best man win.
Come on, Socks!
As you command.
Right.
Dale.
Right.
Dale.
There could be no other end.
You've picked up a new tier of weapon. Head into the gangster sheet to learn how to equip it. Here you'll see our active character's loadout. This is all of the equipment that they currently... Here you can see all of the weapons that your faction has available, and which weapons your character can equip. Note, each profession is limited to certain weapon types. Select a new weapon from the faction inventory if you want to equip it to your active character.
Now that we have taken on our first racket out of the tutorial, we do want to make some upgrades here. Just a standard upgrade across everything. Try to get it to 2 if you can afford it. You should be able to. Once you do that, we'll able to get a little bit more cash and we are ready to move on to our next racket.
Understood. Got it.
So once we come out into the street, we can zoom all the way out and see our map a lot better. So we took this building from a faction. I want to cover the other buildings that we can take just by thugs. The red crosshair that's right in front of us, those buildings are owned by thugs. We can go over there and that will not hurt the faction. So we can go kill these thugs and we are able to get this building and we can put whatever we want here.
Let's get rolling, baby. As you command. All right. Understood.
Entendido.
Moving in. Moving. Assholes. No open casket for you. Come on, Doc!
So after taking this building from those thugs, we are able to put whatever racket we want here. I'm going to go ahead and choose a brothel and we are ready to move on to our next racket.
We'll be very discreet.
So we are going to need one more racket to get our completion here on Brick by Brick. I'm going to go ahead and take another faction on, and that is going to be the same one that we've been hitting on, and it's going to be this brewery. We're able to just flip this if we choose to keep it that. So I'm going to go ahead and take out everybody, and we will get our Brick by Brick mission complete.
Okay. As you wish.
Your history.
Understood. Ashes to ashes. God. Right. There could be no other end. All right. Right. All right. Right.
Entendido.
Moving in.
Moving in. All right.
I appreciate you.
Got him.
Damn it. Missed.
Right.
Entendido.
Moving in.
Got it. There could be no other end.
So once we do get 5 rackets, we will get a synergy bonus, and that is going to give us our achievement / trophy, my specialty, and we have completed brick by brick.
Got it.
I do want to point out, in the breweries, the best thing to do here is to upgrade the production, the alcohol quality, and the storage as much as you can. This way we are able to yield a lot more to fund all our other rackets, and this is where we are going to be cutting off entry 1. I'll be picking up right here in entry 2. So as always, I hope this walkthrough guide has been super helpful. If it has been, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to drop a comment down below, or you can hit me up personally on my Instagram. The link is in the description box, and I'll see you guys next time. Gold Hat signing off.